Hello everybody, Albie here again. I'm going to take you today through how to start up your own Shopify website. Now, Shopify is a great software service for selling products on a website, and it's a great way to diversify the ways that you are selling your product online. So we're going to start up a free trial here. I've got my email in here. I will enter in a new password. Once you've got those in, you are going to want to name your store. Now, there are a lot of shops on Shopify, so it can be a bit difficult, as you can see, to find a store that isn't already taken. I'm going to try a few things here, and we'll see how it works out. But it looks like if I end up entering in a Rough Dog Toys shop, it is not taken, so I will create my store. The next screen is going to be them asking you to give a little bit more information on yourself, whether or not you're already selling, what your current revenue is, how far along you are in your e-commerce life in terms of where your store is, if you're just getting started out like I'm filling out here, if you're already a well-established store, and now you're just diversifying your portfolio and moving on over to Shopify. Next up, they want to gather a little bit more information, and a bit of a cheeky move on their part by adding in the fact that this is how you will get paid. We are, after all, in the business of getting paid in terms of e-commerce stores, but it's all very basic information: your name, your address, city, country, state, zip code, phone, and whether or not you're a registered business. Now, I'm not going to show you all of my information, so you'll have to deal with this screenshot, but it's very basic information. And then once you've entered all that in, you have finally started up your own Shopify store. Congratulations, let's go. So there are a bunch of different things that you can customize within your Shopify store. As you can see, there are a lot of options over to the sidebar on the left, and we'll get to those, but we're going to start off with some themes. One of the coolest things about choosing themes within Shopify is that there's absolutely no coding required. You don't need to be a computer science whiz. You can just be a normal person like myself. So there are a bunch of different pre-approved themes that they have here, and there's some really great options. But if you ever want to browse any more, you can go to themes.shopify.com to browse. There are tons of free options. You are allowed to edit them in the left navigation bar. And there are a lot of videos that go in depth on themes in YouTube that I would definitely suggest you explore if you want to look any further into any of these. It's not that important with the basic setup, so I'm not going to take you through them, but you can mess around with the customization and you can do what you want to make the site unique and yours. There are a bunch of different options, including logos, slides, font, really anything that you can think of in order to make this website something that is inherently yours. So once you've got all the themes down, we're going to add some products. So if you head on over to the left navigation bar, under products, you'll find the option to add products. And once you hit add product, you have the opportunity to tell your audience a little bit more, your customers a little bit more about your particular product. I'm going to put in durable dog toy for my title. And then description, I would definitely suggest that you make sure your description really matches up with whatever sort of SEO or search engine optimization path that you end up wanting to take with your product. You'll want to use words that really let your customer know what sort of product it is and make it so that it really comes up on search engines more often than other competing products. There are a bunch of different options after that for ways to describe your product, but they're all very basic. You can add different pictures, you can add videos, and then once you get to the bottom, you can see what your product would look like on a Google search. And speaking of Google searches, I assume that you probably want to know how much you'll be paying for all this and how much Shopify takes off the top. So I would suggest going over to shopify.com/pricing if you ever want to check out any of these plans. They do offer that 14-day free trial at the beginning, which is what I signed up for, where there's no credit card required, which is kind of nice, because you can then really get a feel for Shopify and whether or not you want to continue with it. But after that free trial, you have the choice between 3 different options for how you want to continue. You can go with the basic Shopify, which has all of its features here at $29 a month. Shopify, which I guess the middle tier is just Shopify for them, which is really everything you'd need for $79 a month. Or if you're really serious and you want every single feature that they have, you can go with the advanced Shopify. Now, I personally would probably suggest the middle road. It kind of does have everything that you need without all the bells and whistles, but sometimes you don't really need all the bells and whistles. If you're very successful and want to take it to the next step, then obviously you can change your plan and go with the advanced Shopify. Now, those are the monthly prices, but one important aspect of it as well is the Shopify payments. How much Shopify takes off the top of every order that you make or every product that you sell. So with the first tier option, you have a 2.9% cut of every product you sell plus 30 cents. Second option, the middle option, the Shopify plan is 2.6% with 30 cents. And then with the advanced one, it is only 2.4% plus 30 cents that you're selling. Now, honestly, these are really not different rates to the point where you would want to pay that much more just to avoid Shopify taking a little bit off the top of every product that you sell. And I, like I said, would personally suggest the middle road if you're financially capable of doing so, as there really isn't that much of a discrepancy between these. And once you have finally chosen what tier you want to proceed with, the last thing I'll be talking about today in this video is your domain name. Now, a domain name can be very important in terms of attracting customers, and Shopify makes it so that you can go straight through them in order to try to find your own domain. Now, you can also go to a site like GoDaddy and get a domain name from them, but then you'd have to connect it through Shopify. So honestly, unless you want a very specific domain name, I would suggest going through Shopify. And we'll test it out here. And I'll go with Rough Dog Toys Shop, similar to what we did earlier. And I'll generate domain names based off that. And it will give me a whole bunch of different options to choose from. And I would want to choose whatever one I think would resonate the most with my customers. What would make them come to my store and say, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Now, it usually goes for about $9 to $14 a year through Shopify. Here you can see roughDogToyShop.com is $14 USD a year. There are a couple other ones, a few cheaper options, a few more expensive options. .com is a great domain suffix to use whenever you do actually get a domain name, just because it's really the most popular one and the most common one, and as a result, the most recognizable one. There are some different domain suffixes here, like .ac or .academy, and obviously you don't want to use .academy if you are an e-commerce store. So I would definitely suggest proceeding with something that ends in .com, although .net and .org are also suitable options to continue with. And that wraps up all of the concepts that I'll be exploring today in the video. However, there are obviously so many other things I could go into that would make this video a whole lot longer. I could probably speak for about an hour on all the ins and outs of Shopify. A few other things to note: you can test out your order system using the bogus gateway system that Shopify offers. If you search it online, it would be very easy to find. You can test out how your payments work and then save any results that you have to try to see exactly what your customer will go through whenever they are purchasing any of your products. You can also group your products within collections, which you'll find over to the left navigation bar, and I definitely suggest exploring that if you have a very diverse range of products that you're selling. And then there's an analytics section as well. But I want to go a little bit further past the analytics that Shopify offers you to our product, Blocklight, which is an analytics platform for small to medium-sized e-commerce businesses. Exactly the type of people who I assume would be watching this video. Now, Blocklight offers a couple different things for you to really improve your business, but the main items that we really like to market are our business timeline and some automated processes like our click to grow function. I would definitely suggest heading on over to our website. You can even sign up for free and get on a trial. You can explore anything that we have to offer, and we would love for you to try out our product. And with that, this has been the third video in our series of how to start up an e-commerce business. Feel free to check out our other related videos, like, comment, subscribe, and to check out our website. We wish you nothing but the best of luck with your e-commerce business.